Might be. Emphasis on that. 5 games played, 2 more to go, sitting 2 at 3. Tied with KBU, who was also a middle ground team in the last season. But we did see a very dominant The Cut, who's been playing pretty well during the course of this second tour in Division 1. Winning a couple series, even winning some prior Division 1 teams, which is a good performance by them. But outside of that, Stratyk still got a long way to stretch through there. And if they're able to somehow still turn the course, go to, like, hypothetically, very small percentage chance for this, but go 4-3 by winning the next 3 series, this one and the 2 coming after that, that might mean, well, at the moment, could be still a tiebreaker for second place unless the Mystery Machine wins 1 more series, or solidifying a spot in the second division. Maybe even tiebreakers for the final spots, the last spots, for relegation or elimination in this case.
Felt has looked very much on the ball, though. I think the idea that they can get that second spot still has definitely some pep in their step, if you will. I haven't seen them really slip back from all of the improvements they've been making.
Yeah.
Always better as I'm watching Thana be a total bother on mid. Yeah, there goes your block, Shinra. Congrats.
Yeah, it's nice to always have that walking into mid, just bully the mid hero there. And that's something that you can do as a Clockwork player. You can make 2, maybe even 3 quick detours into mid, just say hello and drive people nuts. I think we saw in the last season some really good Clockwork plays against Ember Spirits, who were like, oh god, this guy again. Pingu might have gone a bit too deep in the lane too, so it's going to take a couple hits from Thana, but they are trading some good damage back onto the Clockwork, and here we have another NA pause, this time called by Adrian's disconnect.
I think Pingu's fine with the damage. He's got a bunch of regen left, and he just got to take a career kill for that. That's always nice.
That is indeed. Money, 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 money. I want to get some of that.
What can you do, brother?
If you go very deep into the lane and you have cogs or something, but that means Clockwork needs to be at least level 2. So I feel like Kurtenkele and Thana might have maybe overthought this laning stage a little bit too far, because I can see this duo working in 7 minutes. Tiny is already healthy in that shape. You can start killing the Pugna maybe a bit earlier on than that. Maybe like level 3, level 4 already with the Sand King if he ends up in the wrong spot to kill the Pugna. But the early minutes are going to be horrendously hard.
Well, at the very least, Thana has bought his boots, so he is faster than Pingu right now. It's clearly been one of his goals to be able to keep up with that Pugna. Of course, that is going to change if Pingu gets any walking equipment.
And I love how Pingu recognizes the situation as well, that he's going to be winning the trading battle. He's opting to go Null Talisman and the stick instead of buying extra regen. Like, Solji doesn't have to force too many branches in this lane. You don't have to buy an extra salve or maybe another stack of tangos for this, because you know you're going to be the one trading instead of taking hits.
Yeah.
Clockwork wants the Sniper Courier.
Oh.
There we go. Thana's got one.
Revenge. No, and I just wanted to point out that this mid lane at the start has been an absolute disaster for both these heroes. They basically were both 2-1 at the end of the first 2 waves. So Shinra dipped into his side camp to get a couple of last hits. A and B shored up his last hitting under tower a little bit, so now we're both climbing out of that hole, but that was a pretty sad start from both of them.
Yeah. Life ain't fair. Shinra's taking so many hits from these swarms by the Prophet. Forcing out all of his bottle regen. He's completely dried out. They're both dried out. A and B is going to be able to take one of the water runes, and by the time he walks down, Shinra should be able to walk to the other one. Keeping an eye open on this top lane as well. Thana down to half HP. Couple blasts from Pingu. He's got to preserve his mana, though.
Meanwhile, here on bottom, Winter Wyvern still such a... I don't want to say bad laning hero, but it's certainly not easy being a dragon, especially not versus this Disruptor who has just been targeting her down with these Thunder Strikes. So CK can handle the axe.
Yeah, like, Wyvern thrives in scenarios where people are close to the lane, like in this case. But if you have to 1v1 a Disruptor, well, we can all see how that is going to go. You're just going to end up on the receiving end. He got 2 armor versus 3. He is getting some good harass onto Adrian, and Thana snipes Pingu's courier. He can't get the tiniest courier this time, but at least the tiny courier is... He's going to force it all the way. That's his bracer waiting on it. All the way back to the tier 2 tower. Now he's going to recall it. And Thana is going to walk back in. Pugna is standing in between, pulling the wave, making sure that Tiny's going to get it. So Solji's walking towards it. He's going to get his bracer finally.
Love how these two supports have just been walking all the way behind here, past each other, trying to get at each other's backlines.
You could almost call that the top lane banana.
Yeah. You can. Why don't we?
Why don't we, yeah?
We can make it a thing.
It does
like
also
Fetch.
it does also feel like a bit of a boomerang because they're kind of going back and forth in that same area. Shinra's going to have to hide under the tower, very low on HP, but as they do that, Zor's left all alone in bottom. First blood potential here, and it's going to be Raza. One flying right click in as the Reality Rift brings him closer. First blood for the CK, picked up off of the axe. Shinra's going to have to jungle a little bit, and Thana, he doesn't have a rocket flare, sadly. Not that it's going to do enough damage either. He wanted that kill, but too far away for him.
And that puts Alien Mana Banana in such a glorious position compared to the previous game. He's gonna hit his level 6 first here. Even if AMB was, if Shinra was doing slightly better before he had to retreat, the trades are just not doable for a Storm Spirit.
Still, Storm capable of farming those camps makes him also keep up with the pace, at least on the farm pace with the DP. Same amount of CS though, but actually tied in experience too. So Storm didn't really miss too much out of that. Surprisingly good for him. But I guess that's just Storm things, you know, like you're kind of like the good old Shadow Fiend, one of the faster flash farmers in the game. I miss Shadow Fiend. I want to see more of that hero. It feels like it's too situational, but talking about situational, Zor's going to get stunned. Reality Rift by Adrian, bringing the axe close again, and 160 HP to go. Here comes Shinra, though. Wants to get this CK. Instead, Zor might live, as Adrian doesn't look to necessarily make it through. The Fairy Fire is going to survive, or at least let him survive. And while that was happening, brilliant move by AMB, taking the mid tower under 6 minutes. With the Exorcism being used, Adrian still low on the lane, gonna get hit by Battle Hunger. Needs to stick away for a bit longer, can't dispel it, can't walk into the lane.
So annoyed. He has level 3 Chaos Strike. He wants to be hitting some creeps and getting that lifesteal off, but Zor does not need to let him close right now.
Needs a couple hits of the catapult. Zor's like, yeah, you want to come close? I'll deny that for you. Aframoosh, they know what his move onto this Winter Wyvern will lead into a kill. And maybe Adrian can now find some salvation. He needs to watch out for the call from Zor. Still full HP. Thana wants to keep him away. And Adrian gets the lane back in control thanks to that clockwork rotation. So 2-0 now for Stratyk.
Feels good. The only thing that this will do is free up Pingu from the top lane. He's already gone into that jungle and started stacking. But what we're really going to be waiting for is see him meet up with that Storm Spirit again like he did in the previous game. Being his battery. And I'll have to wait until level 6 before that happens, of course.
Now Bertenkele can also start his creep cutting into the jungle, maximize his farm output. Get the most out of this. And yeah, now this is basically the time estimate I gave. That was about 8 minutes into the game that they can start hunting down Pingu.
I just love how this has worked so far with both of the supports going after each other couriers and both of the cores kind of ignoring each other. You take a wave and then I take the wave.
Thana's faster.
tower is under attack.
It's faster than Pingu, but can't get close enough. Combo used by Solji, and Tiny's actually in trouble. They've got the cogs. Epicenter, everything used onto this one, and Solji will go down. Dana dead, Sword dead. Pingu. Get away from Alien Mana Banana, and he's down to 75 HP, and here comes Shenra for the revenging move onto the DP. He's trying to TP out and should be able to, unless the blast is going to kill him. 30 HP. Very close attempt there, but unable to take down the Death Prophet with them.
Dire's bottom
Not
tower
even
is
close.
under attack.
That was bit of an unnecessary risk there by
Interesting
Alien
as
Mana
well
Banana, but
is
he's
that
got haste, he's just
A&B
going again.
didn't go all the way to base, but instead went for the action rune, knowing that that was also going to spawn, so that's a pretty smart play from the DP. If he finds a kill on Pingu,
Yeah.
who's not expecting the DP to be there, like, oh, he was 30 HP, he's probably in the fountain.
Yeah. No, Raza was there guarding it for him.
Yeah. He's probably just saying, like, hey, come over here. Oh, nice action rune. Like, mid players always look at the clock. I think maybe even more often than some other players, especially when it comes to the early game.
Mostly the mids and the supports.
The
Side
supports,
laners
yeah.
are, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
they don't mind.
It's 10 minutes already? Okay. I guess I can get a move on if somebody else can push the tower, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing is if they're like an Ursa player, but they're playing another
yes.
hero and they're looking like, alright, that should be Roche time for the enemy Ursa, so go take a look at it. Aframush should be fine. Floating in the air, Thena
Dire's top tower
gonna be
is
walking
under
past, and
attack.
Kurtenkele's got a thought, and that's gonna lead into a correct answer because that is a Winter Wyvern in the trees waiting for him to arrive, I guess in this case, is Kurtenkele.
Cliff, too.
Radiant's middle tower
They're gonna
is
secure
under
this.
attack.
Such a fun party in the woods. And that's also a dead Solji. Oh my.
That's a party in the woods, while everybody else was distracted, and frankly, I think felt too. They just did not expect the action to come from elsewhere, but that's another ult used by Alien Mana Banana. And an incursion made possible by the fact that that mid tower has been
Yeah.
long gone.
Yeah, thanks to that mid tower being down, and it's only a DP who could actually make a move like that, just finding a enemy carry next to the Dire tier 2 tower. Just, you know, oh, there's a Tiny here, I'll take it.
As I said,
And look at DP's
ease of
items. She's going for
execution, queen.
Blink Dagger after Yules.
Has fallen.
Love it.
I
They
respect
have
that a
They
great
have
deal.
one hero who's able to blink in and another with a hook shot. So if DP can also get in there, maybe dodge a couple abilities on the way.
Yeah, what she's especially good at is attracting attention, right? And forcing reactions onto her, or at the very least, you know, asking for reactions onto her, and then centering the team fight around her while she sustains with the spirit siphons.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trust me, I know how to handle such
You don't want to have to do that thing where you need to walk back to tend to your own backlines with, say, a Storm Spirit jumping into you. So getting the own initiative there, yeah, I really like this idea from A&B.
A lot of heroes on Felt from this bottom lane. Stratyk is rotating to defend it. Now there's a hook shot. They probably know it too. Disruptor also level 6. They are moving out, so Felt spent some time trying to get a bit of itty-bitty damage onto this tower. Only around 600.
Dire's middle tower is under
They
attack.
would like to get that tower out of the way, but Felt is not looking too healthy right now. Stratyk has a 4,000 gold lead. Kurtenkele with a Blink Dagger. Epicenter ready. He's going to go in. And onto Shinra. Perfect target. The Storm Spirit going to be taken down as the Sand King finds him on the spot. A&B there to provide the backup. And while that was happening, they killed the Axe in the bot lane.
Dire's
Things are
bottom
not
tower
looking
is
good
under
at all
attack.
for Felt.
No, not at all. It just got rocket flared, and this is... Their supports have hit 6 now. This is the time for
Oh,
Felt to strike
Raza.
back. They immediately gets found.
Oh, he walks in.
Oh, no.
Hook shot is going to get blocked. And the Burrow Strike misses too. But there's a glimpse. There's a glimpse. That's going to give them something. Curses onto the Sand King. He's a tanky target though. Pingu gets killed as that Kurtenkele's Sand King kills him with the Sandstorm.
Oh,
Burrow
no.
Strike onto
No.
2. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible for Felt. Maybe Shinra can get something out of it. Felt has lost 4. They've killed 1 hero.
Blink,
That's
silence.
double their kills in the start of this game. It's a team wipe. Oh my goodness, Stratyk. 12 minutes team wipe. What the hell is that? What did we just witness? How is this even possible? How can he do this? Like, what? What was that? I'm mind blown by the capability. Stratyk has suddenly come out of this game where Felt is just sleeping.
But they started this fight off as a symphony of fails, so let's not forget that, right? Because Stratyk get the perfect counter initiation there and then botch 3 spells in a row. But it doesn't matter, because you have Death Prophet, and Death Prophet presses R. Ease of execution queen.
DP presses R, team wipe. And now you have an 8,000 gold lead. What is this? They have an 8% win probability. We're like, this is basically where laning stages ended a couple minutes ago. And the game is telling you, nuh-uh. Compute says no. It's not winnable anymore. This
Gavin
game
would
is
like
done.
you to call this one and go next.
I'll talk about a 3-game series. Well, it's starting to look like it. Felt is smoking up on the top lane, but Stratyk is making a move towards the bottom half. There's an Axe waiting to be picked up who does not have a Blink Dagger yet.
Dire
Doesn't
are
even have a
scanning.
Vanguard. In all honesty, Dire Scan
Radiant's
does
bottom
connect on
tower
them.
is under attack.
Because he specifically skipped the Vanguard in order to get a faster blink in this game.
Yeah.
He just ain't there yet.
Vision found. So with the smoke, they're able to get the D-ward. They've got the triangle in control for Stratyk. One piece of the map away from Felt.
And this is just wild. We had the previous
This
game,
is
we had
wild.
a Storm Spirit playing against Bat, Axe, Skywrath, Nyx Assassin, and having the best Storm performance that I've seen in a while. And now he's up against, well, a Disruptor who just about hit level 6 a minute ago. And he can't go anywhere anymore.
And they
This
found
is
the
why.
storm. Talk about perfect storm game. Static Storm with a catch from the Sand King. Shinra getting the tips from AMB. Trying to creep under his skin. Felt has 2 kills. Felt
Yeah,
has
I
2
mean,
kills in
if
this game.
anything, that kind of shows who was under whose skin, though.
Yeah.
But it always does
Solji.
feel good to take revenge.
Solji,
Hey.
what does he go for? Shadow Blade Rush? Or BKB? Like,
I don't know, man.
which one's better in your opinion? You go for the Shadow Blade, so you have a piece towards the Silver Edge for some extra damage, or do you just rush BKB?
It's either SB or honestly, I might want to say Blink here. Like, you need to start leveraging this hero and get him into fights before
Radiant's bottom
the game
tower
is just
under
over.
attack.
Because that is Roshan just taken
Radiant
A and B
structures are
with
fortified.
Aegis, Blink, Yules. He's not even the biggest on his team. Staring down a CK2, like you need to get this Tiny in a position where he can kill heroes, and I think the SB would be the most classic way to do it, but I would not be opposed to a Blink Dagger right now, honestly.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's actually funny. So 5 minutes ago, the scoreline was 7-1. Since then, both teams have doubled their kills.
More than for Stratyk.
Nobody there. Jenkelle's been pump faking the epicenter, ready for some action. Felt isn't gonna fight them this time.
Absolutely not. You might
like-
even want to give that Rax.
Yeah, it's kind of like nothing to fight with. Just not powerful enough, though. It is the Storm Spirit, once again, feeling the hatred from Stratyk. AMB
That's
caught a
beautiful.
glimpse of the pug. No. Yules for TP cancel. Yes, sir. And they also got the glimpse for it, too. So both of them stacked up. 2 kills. Stratyk using the epicenter and the Static Storm with 2 kills going their way. 10,000 gold ahead of Felt.
That was another Yules setup, by the way, on the Storm kill. Cartankule TP's in, Yuleses him up. That gives enough time to load up the epicenter, just an epicenter, and for Raza to come in and secure that the storm ain't going nowhere.
Just what? Why? The thing is, why is Storm dying between a tier 1 and a tier 2? Like, there's a tier 1 tower still up there. You're not doing building damage.
Like, he doesn't want to show anywhere on his side of the map clearing waves, so he's gonna have to do it way further behind, and not again.
Beautiful stun. Silence comes out as well. Storm gonna get glimpsed all the way into the arms of the rest of Stratyk. They're gonna take him and Aframouche. There's the Yules to take the Pingu. Pugna in the air as well. And the hook shot from Thena. Trying to go for the Cogs play, but the buyback coming in from Aframouche, but it's gonna be enough because Pingu's already down. Zor's gonna be dropping low on HP. The stun's coming out from the CK. And Zor is dead. Aframouche looking for the angle to drop his ulti now, but there's no one to hit right now. He needs a target. He wants to go, but he's caught. The ward finds another one, and that's a dieback. Good night, Aframouche. With this ward, they found more than just one kill. They found 4 for the price of 1. Felt up to 3, and that's a reverse 322.
Yeah. Because that Winter Wyvern, who hasn't done anything yet this game, was desperate to get something going with their ult this time, and she just buys back into another death. Yeah, that's a D ward. That ward doesn't care. It's done its job.
It's already done. And now Epicenter, load up. Look at this. Look at this. It's going to be 2 versus 3, maybe even 4. The Storm's going to be there with the Static Storm. They're going to lose Razar for it, but look at the damage they're dealing, and there's nowhere to go. Zor's going to be falling down. Solji thrown into the air with the ult as well. Shinra's going to get some damage out as well, but the Vortex coming out with the explosion from Pingu is going to be taking down 1, but they've lost Solji, and they're going to lose Pingu as well, because there's no way that this Pugna was ever allowed to leave this party. And another set of 3 kills. They do lose 2 for it. So it does favor Felt in terms of money, but these are big kills for Stratyk. Again, getting the axe out of play, the tiny out of play.
Yeah, I mean, it favors them in terms of money if you look at the straight gold exchange in the fight itself, but the fact that Stratyk has all of their significant cores alive and farming right now versus the tiny being in timeout, yeah, that's not actually a win.
Almost 20 minutes into this one. Have they improved from 8%? No, it's going down. It was at 2% at the worst. We're at 3.
Dire are scanning.
Felt's chances. What's Felt's win condition, Kips? It's hard to throw at a question like that when you're so far behind.
I mean, they have some AoE fight though, because I've been looking at this earlier. I saw this question coming from miles away, because I was asking myself the same. And you do, in fact, have the Axe Call and a Blink Dagger, and you do have a Winter's Curse. It does mean that Stratyk needs to play this one carefully in the choke points in this game, and especially on that high ground choke point. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Pingu is just food.
We're just going to scrap that one under the rug. But this one maybe is a bit more important because Tiny does get stunned up. 5 seconds for Epicenter. Avalanche and Chaos Bolt kind of countering each other's here. Now they're looking to chase down the Tiny. Does Tiny have any backup? He's going to get glimpsed as well, and he is just going to get sacked. Felt has nothing to give up to it. Now with the Exorcism used, they need to get a high ground push for Stratyk to get some structural damage inside Felt's base. Might as well do so because the Greetward's close.
That's going to be Stratyk's tool here to get past this choke point fight of Felt. You can just do it with the Exorcism. But right now this Exorcism is pretty much over.
His hook shot doesn't quite connect onto Pingu. And at least Adrian. Pingu's dangerously close to the CK. Like there's a short moment you could just go for a quick reality rift kill spot. Pingu's gonna die.
Rift range is deceptively large.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's a bit of a surprise element from time to time. He won't be able to take down any racks yet, but at least take the tier 3. Roche is also going to be up in 2 minutes minimum. For Stratyk's sake, they hope it is a fast one. Every minute given for Felt is going to slowly drag them back into this game. But there's so many items that they're going to need. There's the tiny BKB almost up. Storm's halfway to his. Axe is not even close. It's going to need a lot of time. Shinra. Good bait there. Luckily, he didn't land too short with that ball lightning. Otherwise, Kurtenkele would have landed the stun.
Thena hunts and finds.
Pingu's just gonna have to play the sacrificial role here. They need to establish some control around the map, so might as well be that. Kurtenkele, he's got the Yules, but he loses vision of the Tiny going for the TP out. And they're still looking for him in the trees, but he's no longer there. So Tiny's home safe. Zor, meanwhile.
Yeah, he's waiting for the next
Oh,
wave.
they found Shinra, though. He's got the stun. Doesn't
no,
he have any
not again.
backup, though?
No.
There's nobody here, though. I mean, if they got the disruptor to show up maybe a second before that, Static Storm would have definitely been on the money. Might have been enough for a kill, even. They could have blown both ultis again. They've done that before. Solji needs 400 for BKB. 400.
Yep. And the Storm Spirit himself is not that far off either. Already went into the Ogre Axe right now. So the longer Stratyk waits here, the more likely it is that they're going to be pushing high ground into at least 2 BKBs.
Fel's still waiting inside their base. Really nowhere to go here. Just hugging and hoping. Stratyk, they're not in a hurry right now. Choking out the map. Pushing towards that bottom lane. Gonna make sure that they'll be able to take the whole base in one quick go.
Yeah, they have a heart on this CK. How are you gonna even touch this, man?
Yeah, 4.5k. Good luck. They can use this they can actually use the CK to blow up maybe one of the more important targets, like DP. With the help of the curse. That's something that they can use.
And the curse is something that we're still waiting for. I feel really bad for Aframush. He had such a game-defining role on that Rubik. And now he's been an accessory.
Is that an accessory you would put on your shelf?
A gift from the temple.
To be fair, this Winter Wyvern skin is really pretty.
Oh, Shinra getting caught outside the base again. Adrian wants to take a solo fight onto Solji because he can. Glimpse is also there onto the Tiny with the Chaos Bolt connecting to. And Aframush, he's hiding on the side. Looking for a curse. The hook shot misses. And now they go out. They're going to be blowing up the Disruptor with that curse, so he will fall. But that's the exorcism from Alien out of Banana onto the high ground and slowly pushing this down. Solji's down to half HP with his BKB still intact, but Pingu's already dead. He might have to buy back for this defense. Snotty also soon up for the CK, gonna make it an even harder job for them to actually blow this guy up. But with the exorcism,
Oh lord.
that is one lane secured. Thena with his jetpack flying out of the base, getting back to safety.
I was about to say soon. Come on, he only just got his heart, and then I looked at his net worth. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Like, right.
Absolute monster.
There's a shard to be given out of this Roshan too. They have 3 people missing one. One for CK, most likely going to be the target for it. They are pinging out the Storm at the same time as they're taking Roshan. But he does seem to be getting out. Rocket Flare almost connecting onto him. Pingu is also here with the call coming in. And there's the Static Storm. They're taking an undermanned fight here. So they're going to lose Dana. Here comes Kurtenkele loading up the epicenter. And Zor's going to get slowed down. Gets another call on the Sand King, dropping low. Felt might still be able to win this one. Adrian sniping on the backline. There's the PKB coming in for the Storm Spirit as well. Shinra finally has it, able to dodge the first stun, but he's also glimpsed back in and able to move out with the ball lightning. And with Pingu buying back, that also calms down the situation for now. They don't want to fight without the axe.
That could have gone so much worse for Stratyk. But, you know, that Blink Dagger on the Death Prophet just doing work again.
Oh,
3-man silence on the backlines there.
If they get a bit more information, he could drop a really good curse again and maybe kill the Disruptor again.
Me too.
They're trying to bait him by going onto the CK. They just don't see far. Well, they do actually see very far because the tower is still up. And CK is very deep into the lane.
But look at how split Stratyk is. They know that this is their only losing scenario.
Yeah, and he popped his Arctic Burn as well. He's going to have another one in 8 seconds. Stratyk is already moving out, though. Taking things nice and easy for Stratyk. They want to secure a victory out of this. We've been talking quite a lot how much this one victory means to them.
Is under attack.
Most importantly, even a series victory. And for Felt, that would hurt Felt's chances of landing in the top 3. Well, this is still not the decisive game. Thena down. There's Kurtenkele. No epicenter, just a straight up shard burrow strike.
Radiant's bottom tower
Only
is under
one
attack.
pulse.
They're not happy about having to fight into this Winter Wyvern right now. You can see it in all of their hesitation, the fact that they don't want to go deeper after they lose the clockwork. They need to have as many jumps possible. Get rid of that guy.
Yep.
Oh no.
No, that did not just happen.
Dire's top barracks
that was a CK shard illusion from a Chaos Bolt that killed the Pingus.
And Zor is just dying on the back line.
Oh no, they got oh what?
He went in.
I thought there was a static storm, but he went all the way into the back line, trying to get a play happening there. Now he's got no buyback either. There's the curse coming out onto the DP, but it's just one lonely disruptor doing the damage. Here comes Solji, wants to get one kill at least, but it's not working out for them. They've lost the Tiny. They're going to lose this game. Stratyk is going to stretch this all the way through the distance, make it a 3-map series. Kurtenkele is going to show it off with taking a solo kill on Afromush with that epicenter. Stratyk still in. GG.
Yeah, and in style. Finally, I've been waiting for them to have a game like this, frankly, and it's been a little too long coming, but this was mad props for AMB for recovering like he did, for that Blink Dagger purchase. Perfect read of the game state, in my opinion. He had some mad